Ajulo Olabisi Ubo, and as usual, I have the beautiful ladies of your view. Akashat Nima Zibiri, the troublesome.
Akashat Zibiri Nima.
I don't understand. What's doing you this one?
If you say Akashat Nima, leave Zibiri now.
No.
It's Akashat Zibiri Nima. That's the song.
She woke up this morning for trouble.
What
did you eat?
It's 3,000. You're fine. We have started the you would not check WhatsApp group. I sent people new rules. We are finding busy for everything a food chest career. It's 3,000.
Oh my God!
But
who's collecting the money? Who collecting?
Can I be the treasurer?
I'm the chair lady now. I'm the one collecting the money.
I'm the treasurer.
Yes, our treasurer. You're welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Just that gratitude space. Everything is just falling in place. I'm grateful to God.
Amen. Abigail, go.
Yeah, baby.
Go, baby.
Yeah, so you know how we just noticed the increase in so many other things, food stuff, petroleum products and all that, and we'll forget about photo shoots. You know, photographers. So
it has to increase.
By 100%.
They're also paying the bills.
By 100%, and they're not begging you. And in my head, I'm saying, AI is everywhere. And people are creating photo shoot sessions on AI with less money, and these guys are still increasing. They are not moved though at all. Meanwhile, since my birthday is coming now, you know we are preparing to walk into the fourth floor.
Are we going to space? Are you taking us on staycation?
Let's ask Elon Musk.
Don't buy house for moon.
Are we going to the moon? Well done.
Thank you.
TMO speaks. Top where Mark
yo.
It's the hair for me.
Yeah.
What is happening, Sefo? We're selling land. I do not understand. Do I need to tell people? I was telling my team, and I think I posted it this morning, that many people make their decisions after the first time you reach out to them. Statistically, 90% of people don't say yes to a product until they've seen it 4 times or they had 4 phone calls. That many of us feel like if they said no to you 3 times or 4 times, we give up. Like, how can you say no to me? So the no is not. Don't internalize the no's. See no as somebody does not understand the value you bring to the table. So some of you have not bought into my real estate. It's because you don't understand the value I'm bringing to the table. I don't take your no personal because I carry value.
I'm learning not to take the no's personal as well. So I've been doing a form of restructuring for my businesses. And one of the things the marketing strategist said is you have to be in people's faces. All people need to, when they see you, they should see body by missing. When they see you, they should see your skin. They should see you talking about, like, put it in their face, chuck it in their nose. Just keep talking about it. Don't be afraid of talking about it. Don't do it this week and then give up next week. But it's a lot to put it in their faces because it costs a lot of money, you know, for marketing and all of that. But we're still pushing, and we have some Valentine bundles as well for the skincare, the wigs, you know, just sending your orders and putting it in your face. I will not give up. But yesterday was, I had a long day. I got home like 12 a.m. and because I was working from sets. And when I got in, it was beautiful. I worked with this old actress, Ukeri Anunobi. This is my first time being on set with her. She was, we bonded. Like, she was crazy, old version. She now saw a young person that was crazy too. I was throwing in the Igbo. As I was speaking the English, I was throwing in the Igbo. She was like, where have you been?
I can hear that with that voice.
Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll do the paper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We're starting the paper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, Tinubu, we will defeat this unacceptable terrorism and banditry. Protesting obedient supporters demand real-time results transmission. New pay for varsity teachers takes off in line with New Deal. U.S. intervention in Nigeria insecurity a blessing, says First Lady. Cardoso, foreign reserves now $49 billion US. Appeal court affirms Senate power to suspend Natasha. Fubara may submit commissioner's list following Aso Villa talks. Defense headquarters activates Operation Savannah Shield in Kwara. What stories do we have here?
So statements from the defense headquarters is that in conjunction with the army headquarters that they have inaugurated Operation Savannah Shield to conduct intensive operations in Kwara State and Niger States to root out the festering terrorist enclave in the area. And the Chief of Defense Staff used the same opportunity to, convey his condolences and sympathy to the people of Kwara State, families of the victims of the killings in Woro and Nukuku villages in Kiama local government area of Kwara State that happened on the 4th of February. And it says that they work closely, that the armed forces of Nigeria will work closely with other security agencies to ensure perpetrators are brought to justice. So I like the fact that they are not just, moving back to base, because initially they were on ground. They had left when the terrorists attacked, according to the reports that we heard. But now they are back. So they said they've neutralized 50 terrorists and they've rescued 82 kidnapped hostages and arrested 13 suspected terrorists, in the breakdown of the week that they've had, success stories that they've had. And they said in the northwest, troops arrested 19 suspected terrorists and rescued 23 hostages as well. So the initial one was not the northeast, the next northwest, then the north central, they have arrested 32 suspects and rescued 22 kidnapped hostages. And, they have all the success reports according to them. Also one in the south-south, they arrested 9 suspected oil thieves, 24 suspected criminals, and rescued kidnapped victims. And in the southeast, they arrested 23 terrorists and rescued 6 hostages. So we have this success story, and they are on ground in Kwara right now. Okay. I'm hoping that we can, if we need to employ more, secure other places. Recently, one kidnapped doctor that was rescued from my area in Auchi, and his brother killed, was in the same hospital where he works, and the kidnappers walked in. The story has been trending. I thought it would be on the front pages of the paper, but the people now decided to comb the bushes and found the kidnappers sitting comfortably in the bushes, also indicting police officers, to have brought them to those bushes. I think I'm waiting for any of the papers who will do a thorough investigation and give a comprehensive report on what is happening.
Okay. Any other paper?
Yeah. Federal government begins implementation of pacts with ASU. The federal government has commenced the implementation of key welfare components of the 2025 renegotiated agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Universities. According to Education Minister Tunji Alausa, he made this known in a statement yesterday, and he said the payment of the 40% increase in the consolidated academic allowance of ASU members began last month. And then, as a matter of fact, some universities have started payment, and to be on the same page, the federal government has told all universities to infuse this into their payroll system and make sure everyone gets this increase.
Okay, so I have one here. United States intervention and the heightened scrutiny of Nigeria's security situation was a blessing. This is a quote by our First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. They said the matter attracted global attention to Nigeria's security challenges and the reforms being carried out. And according to her spokesperson, she spoke in an interview aired by Fox News in Washington, D.C., where she reflected on the growing international focus on Nigeria, including criticisms over insecurity, allegations of attacks on Christians, and reported U.S. military action targeting terrorist groups in parts of the country. So acknowledging the intention or the intensity of the attention, the First Lady said it has opened up space for dialogue and stronger engagement with international partners. According to her, the recognition accorded to her by President Donald Trump during the U.S. National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C. arose from the global focus on Nigeria. It says it was quite a blessing. Who would have thought that President Trump would recognize me? Even to say the least, it was unexpected. She now linked the moment to broader conversations that they are now having about Nigeria's security realities and the reform efforts that the international organizations and countries are, having to try and support Nigeria, saying that sometimes some things will have to happen to lead into where we are going to. So the conversation on that continues. What else do we have?
Yes, I have the story of the president speaking while he was declaring open the National Economic Council was the major headline. And this was a conference that took place at the State House. It had the governors of all the states, the major strategic partners, and it is centered around the renewed hope agenda. But while that it was flagging open the NEC conference, he read like a riot act. He said he made a pledge that they were going to defeat terrorism and banditry within the country, insisted that violence afflicting different parts of the country is unacceptable and not aligned with Nigerian values. Then he went ahead to speak concerning the fact that for things to change, it has to happen from the grassroots, that it is not the declarations from Abuja that would cause change within the security architecture. So he was calling out the governors. He said the next phase is less dependent on Abuja, more within the actions in the grassroots. So he called out the governors and local governments that they need to, their activities is what will be needed. He said our freedom and liberty and our commonwealth is in the face of ruthless, is like we can't have freedom and liberty with the current ruthless security challenges that we're facing. Of course, the Vice President Shetima spoke to governors to create opportunities, that the more opportunities they create, it's not just statistics, if we have employment, if we have opportunities for people within the states, then we would have more peace across the country. So it sounds right, especially because they are drilling it down to local government and governors to be held accountable instead of us just saying it is Abuja that will control everything.
Federal government all the time. Let's take a short break now. When we come back, the paper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Chocolate, the treat you deserve.
I will be there by your side every moment and night. I'll be there with you all the way, all the way. All the way, all the way.
And if you ask me, it's giving sauce. Listen, I just checked the new TV center WhatsApp channel like right now, and they just dropped the update. Are you for? No cap. I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, and that's on periods. Like I just aligned with them like last week, and almost they've been dropping back to back. Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment. I low-key feel like an insider right now. I know, right? TVC be cooking. Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always next. Clock it. Clock it. You know what, guys? I just joined. Active.
Jez is right. What you're trying to say to you is, for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement.
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
Or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers. Moving on now to the Punch. Major headline: Senate reconvenes today as Electoral Act triggers opera. Banditry crisis. Federal government rejects Northern governors' calls to suspend mining. We have here Oyo princes launch court fights to preserve Alaafin supremacy. President vows to replace open grazing with ranching reforms. Over 75 million Nigerians face retirement without pensions. This is according to PENCOM. Again, U.S. to deport 18 Nigerians on criminal list. And CBN, NCC propose instant refunds for failed airtime and data. When are they going to do that? Because
I have that story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the Nigerian Communications Commission, they have proposed that customers must receive their refunds within 30 seconds for failed airtime and data purchases in order to curb the persistent billing complaints in the telecommunications sector. So there was this exposure draft of the joint CBN-NCC framework for the resolution of failed airtime and data purchase transaction. You know, most of the time, sometimes when you do your data subscription and it's hanging, sometimes it takes days and hours before you get. Sometimes it can be the last money you have in your account for that data purchase. So the time frame now is 30 seconds. So they don't have to start getting these barrages of complaints about failed transactions. I think they should extend this to the banks too.
Yeah.
Some banks, I know some banks are good at reversals.
Reversing
but
immediately.
Some banks, I've used one bank, one red bank like that twice. They will hold your money for over 2 weeks. And sometimes it's the money you want to use for something. So they should extend this one.
2 months.
They should extend it.
Fighting for 40,000 naira was so hilarious.
So, but it's a good one then.
Yeah.
So I have the illustrious and patriotic sons of Oyo who are taking the Alaafin of Oyo Oba Akim Owode to court, and they've asked the court has summoned the revered monarch through him to appear by himself or through a legal representative in court, you know, against a suit that was brought by Prince Ladipo Adegboyega, Owode Teslim, Adeyemi Adeshina, and Adeyemi Adebayo. They're asking the court to grant an order of perpetual injunction restraining the Alaafin either by himself, his servants, privies, or any other person, or other persons or persons whosoever from appearing, attending, or continuing to attend occasions and functions which they claim may not befit the status of a symbolic traditional head of the Yoruba race. They're also asking the court to restrain the Alaafin from acting in any traditional official capacity that will make him subservient or inferior to any Oba. They say also ask the court to declare the office of the Alaafin of Oyo, currently occupied by Prince King Owode, that is of immense historical importance, not only in Yoruba land, but also in Nigeria and West Africa and beyond, because of course Yoruba people all the way to Brazil, to South America. So they're asking for all of these prayers before the court that will benefit the cultural stool. Maybe they should look at it
pride
in that
of
light.
your
But
people.
to summon the king to court Is our own side, we look it somehow.
Yes, that one. I don't know how they are going to
maybe
do
it's representative.
Maybe they should have just dropped a letter. You know, they'll say open letter.
No, they want the court to compel him. Unfortunately, the colonialists made our kings subject to
the court. Wow. Let me take the story concerning, let me just say, yes, I've been following up with the president's conversation from the National Economic Council. The first one was concerning insecurity, and now another thing that was mentioned during this conference was about the grazing, that the president vows to replace open grazing with ranching reforms. And it's something we've heard from the last administration, but it's interesting that we're looking at it again. He said he's very confident that the resolution of this conference, which includes the dairy farming, livestock investment, ranches, diversification of our agricultural produce, and he has promised that there will be 7 zones of mechanization that are coming, and that Nigerians will be delivered. And he's here again to further strengthen that promise, because they feel there's a link between this open grazing and terrorism, and that they are going to deal with it. He has promised that the challenges within this sector has kept them up many nights. They've had sleepless nights, and he has assured that there will be resolution on the matter. And he said, following up to December 10, 2025, NEC meeting, where he directed the vice president to work on this as Kashim Shettima, and that they are working towards creating a lasting solution to persistent farmer header conflicts, which is also linked with the open grazing challenge. So we can't wait for when the Minister of Livestock Development, IDI-ARABA, to identify villages and grazing areas that could be rehabilitated into modern ranches. And we hope there will be cooperation with the villagers when this takes place.
And the grazers.
Moving on now to the Daily Sun. Akuka Center, Yaga, Africa Others want mandatory results transmission. Ask National Assembly to adopt House of Reps version. OBCSO's activists occupy National Assembly over Senate's rejection of real-time electronic transmission of election results. Kwara massacre, Tinubu vow to end insecurity, pledges to fight terrorism with determination. Here we have Nigeria will continue borrowing to fund 25.91 trillion budget deficit. This according to the Senate. Editors urge National Assembly to adopt mandatory immediate election results transmission. Appeal court upholds Senate suspension of Natasha. And CBN, NCC to crack down on banks, telcos over airtime failures.
Okay, should we go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
The way you start.
Like a deja vu just happened to me now. I felt like I've read this before.
No, maybe
I've not read this before.
No, because
some of the stories
were the story, the familiar stories.
I have the Senator Natasha's story. So the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, has affirmed the constitutional powers of the Senate to suspend, to regulate its internal affairs, and saying that no court has jurisdiction to interfere in the legislative disciplinary processes in cases of clear constitutional breach. So the entire drama around seat allocation, conduct of debates, referral of members to the ethics and ethics committee and disciplinary action falls squarely within the Senate's constitutional mandate, and it is strictly their matter. So they upheld all the grounds of the cross appeal by the Senate president, and they declared that the Senate acted lawfully in exercising their disciplinary powers. And they also struck out the 5 million naira contempt penalty that was, given to Senator Natasha. The court also said that the suspension, the opinion of the High Court, which we all took, is merely an obiter, which is merely the opinion of the court sitting.
Okay.
So the one on, whether it was excessive, that. And we were saying it, it was just part of an opinion when we took it as a hot topic back then. But the court also reiterated that, and they said that nothing was either excessive or unlawful, noting that, disciplinary actions taken in line with Senate rules do not infringe on the lawmakers' fundamental rights.
We're going to be looking deep into it later on today. Any other stories, Son?
Yeah, so I want to take the Electoral Act. There was a little bit of protest, but this is based on the coalition, a coalition of civil society organizations, the Media and Center for Media and Society, the Kuka Center, International Press Center, Elect Her, Nigeria Women Trust Fund, TAF Africa, Yaga Africa. They've risen and demanded that the Senate carries out immediate action on some sections of the 2025 electoral bill. They are concerned about the electronic transmission of results from the polling units into the dedicated server for transparency and accountability, and this is essentially what they wanted. So they insist on real-time transmission, and the process has been ongoing for a while. I'm waiting for the response of the Senate. They noted that there's a 10-year ban. They also wanted the Senate to remove the proposed 10-year ban for offenses related to buying and selling of permanent voters' cards. They said that, according to them, the amendments, maybe they feel it's not is procedural, it might not be implemented. So putting a 10-year ban will not work. The delay in concluding the electoral amendment also they feel will be a challenge, that this amendment should take place right now. So if it's going to take effect and impact on our next election cycle. So the Senate are going to sit down today. So we're expecting that when they sit today, there will be decisions concerning this.
Okay. So what they have here is the marketers optimistic as federal government signals return of fuel import permits. So oil marketers are very hopeful that very soon they'll start importation again, and they express this optimism over indications by the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to resume issuance of import permits for premium motor spirits. Also,
are we going back there again?
Yes. So
are we going around in circles?
This one is to tighten up, according to what they say, tighten up the supply in the chain, the value chain, and also because right now we have Dangote as the spearhead, so they will tighten up some of this loops, and they will fill in those places where there are gaps. So, but they're very optimistic.
Any gap.
They are very optimistic about it. They've been complaining.
Funding for
what? Money. It's not profitable
it's not trickling down.
They don't want to buy from Dangote. That's where the problem is.
They're feeling this.
So we're going round in circles again. We finish, we come back. Oh no, it's unfair. But my darling, we have to go.
I wanted to take the story about the governor and the 4-day integrated drivers, because particularly last week, and they are going to start implementing it. So no fewer than 10,000 commercial drivers are expected to benefit from this health initiative, safety initiative for 10,000 of them. The governor, represented by the Senior Special Assistant on Transport and Logistics, Adefolarin, said the initiative will run for 4 days at different identified locations within the mentioned states, and we're hoping that it will ensure that we have safer roads, more enlightened drivers at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the paper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Stay in power, you find it all in peak. Every move you make brings goes on, and the beat goes on, and the beat goes on and on, and the beat goes on and on and on and on.
Muna kira ga al'ummar arewacin Najeriya, musamman jihar Kano, da ku ci gaba da amfani da madarar Pig Milk.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
The gold standard of rice, the finale. High swelling index. Non-sticky. No stones. Big Bull Gold, the gold standard of rice.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in Gamma Original. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil reduces bad cholesterol.
Thanks for staying with us. This morning on Your View, Lagos' bustling Ladipo spare parts market is at the center of controversy. Traders were left stranded on Monday as the market entered its second day of closure, following enforcement action by the Lagos state government. Officials say the shutdown is a part of a drive for environmental compliance, targeting street trading and improper waste disposal. But for the traders, this is more than a regulation. It's a threat to livelihoods built over the years. This morning, we'll explore both sides. Is this long overdue enforcement necessary for the city, or is it a harsh blow on those trying to survive? What are your thoughts? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016 352013 or 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ladipo market closure. If you have been in Lagos for a long time, you must have heard of Ladipo. That's where all the spare parts, anything you're looking for, you'll find it in Ladipo market. And for many years, we've heard, and some of us who've been in that axis, been to that area, have seen how that place can be quite rowdy and very, very dirty. So I wasn't surprised that the Lagos state government would be, finding a way to manage that place environmentally with a form of compliance. I'm not surprised. I'm just worried that it could have started earlier. There could have been systems on ground to ensure it doesn't even get to this point, right? But let me hear the ladies. I know some of you have business dealings in that place.
Yeah, business. If you have a car
with my food chest, I can't even sleep.
Your fine is 3,000 and I continue. Mr. Food chest. This is food chest you put out. She's owing us about 9,000.
Jesus, already.
Already.
Go ahead.
So if you know Ladipo-ARABA, you know that it's a very lawless place. In fact, I said it's a place for patriarchy because a woman can't survive. She won't be able to survive there. But you see hawkers, you see, their businesses. It's just the lawlessness. And, it has to be handled. People will ask that, why is this not enforced individually? So if now one person block gutter or sweeping shop for road, arrest the person, why is it a collective thing? Because the possibility of resisting the arrest of one or two persons is there with the way that place is structured. So I usually would drive from, my office used to be at Ladipo, the Oshodi, Abeokuta road side. And I will drive through Fataya, I'm into Mushin. And I thought, I told somebody, I said, I'll pick up something for you inside the warehouse. I couldn't make it there. The road that I know, somebody just declared an engine right in the middle of that road. 4 or 5 cars, they have opened their boot, go and turn. As if this was not a city that had authority. Yeah. They were authority themselves. And they cannot pretend not to know that. So I know they have market chairman, just as they do in the trade fair market. Yeah. They have all of those things, but they don't have system of, I don't think the market chairman have the exposure of knowing how to, because their market is not fully a market. It's within inner streets. Local governments man streets that they are opening their market in front of people's houses. This has now turned to a major spare part hub. Yes, so if you want to do your business, you must do your business in such a way that people can still exist with you there. You cannot now bring that new form of culture and impose it on people. You can have your business, know your space, or if you need extra space, get the space. But do not. One guy parked in front. I was driving right behind him, and then he just parked in the middle of the road that was supposed to link, shortcut that was going to link to where I was going, and he stopped moving. And I kept, honking. The guy did not flinch. When I got down, he turn back, go like this. I was like, is this the situation? Okay. I wish government. I didn't even make a report. That was last year, I think October or November. I didn't even make a report, so I was just surprised to see this. It has to be a collective enforcement. Because I've seen the criticism yesterday where people were saying, arrest those who are, it is not just waste management. Feasible. So those people opening their food stuff, nylon and all of that in the middle of the road, peeling their oils, they just dump and move on. This disposable place that they've enforced, come and see the canal that is beside that Ladipo. You see how bottles there. So it's either whoever they are voting for, they need to now vote people who are serious-minded, who know the interest of what. Now they are talking about costs of locking the market as it affects traders. So the people who are in office, who are becoming Ladipo market chairman, president, Ladipo market spare part man, that person has to be somebody that has his head on his neck. It cannot be somebody who does not have force, who allows or even vision, and then he comes and says we are begging government, because this is the 18th time Ladipo market is being locked. It is in the middle of Lagos. Mushin is like in the heart of Lagos. You can't keep doing business there as if other people do not exist there. I was just driving from minding my own business into that place, and I just couldn't thrive there. I thought it was death, near death. So imagine another person whose Google map have taken to that place.
You're lost. That's my story.
You don't finish. So they cannot pretend not to know what they do. They must be made to enforce. And I think that Lagos is saying compliance, with all the Lagos rules, environmental rules, means that they will reopen. So they should do what they need to do, and if they have to be fined, let them be fined collectively also, so that if you pay me, I will call you out next time. If you sweep your shop out or you sell food for me, you have to better have a waste basket along with your tray that you're carrying to so that you collect it.
Okay, so
let's come to.
Okay, so when you were talking about if Google Map takes you to, that was
she
me.
spied into your mind.
That was me last year. I was going to see a friend. It was a birthday, so I was going to see a friend. There was one company. There's a company there. In fact, there are companies there. So I won't call the name because it's a car. It's a car company. So when you're coming, the map told me take a turn right, and I'm looking at the road. It's looking like one way. So I passed. This map now took me to another route. It was supposed to be 1 minute to expected time of arrival. It now gave me another 6 minutes to get to the same point. I didn't know the
Was
route.
it an Oyibo person speaking through the map? No, we have to be one.
So when they're telling you take right, and you're looking at the right that other cars are coming, and it's looking like you're not supposed to. And I wasn't used to that road. I said, so they don't use me and shine. I don't have 50,000 to give to anybody. So by the time I drove, I just got into Ladipo market like this. I say, from where to where?
Welcome to Lagos.
Keke, bikes, sellers, repairers, catfish sellers, everybody was everywhere. And the funny thing is, most of these people, they are walking on the roads without their ears because you're honking and honking, they're not responding to you. So I know that for a business like that spare parts involves deaths, greasy oil, you have sachet nylons and all that are thrown indiscriminately. Well, I was looking out for something. I'm thinking that there should be one station PSP somewhere around. I don't know if there is. But for a market like that, I went through the market. I didn't see any station PSP, even though the government, I think I was listening to Mr. Tunde in Wake Up Nigeria this morning, and he was saying that there are points assigned for them to dispose their debts. So, but I didn't see anything like PSP. So I would think that naturally there should be either 1 or 2 or 3 PSPs. That's what they call it now, on different points. So when it's full, you take it out. When it's full, you take it out. Now, the shopping arrangements in that Ladipo market, there's no way people will not be on the road. Because this one has a shop here and there are no shops. You have too many business owners, and I don't think they have enough shops for them. So I was even thinking, okay, what if you have like 3-story buildings in major parts of the market? You have more of those, and you give it to this business owners. You don't have any business to come to the road if you have a shop, you know. And then I also hear that most of these traders who trade on the road, there are people who go to collect money from them. So you want to sell in this part, they will collect money from you. So by the time you pay here, you will have the audacity to tell him, I mean, come on forward, this is my point. Do you understand? So a lot is going on there. But I also feel that the Iyalojas and the Babaojas, I don't know, they should have in that market now, because most of the markets have Iyalojas and Babaojas. They are the ones that the government should work with personally.
The
because
local governments now.
Yeah. So you know them, right? You let's say you're the Babaoja here, you're a Iyaloja of this part, and you know what is happening around you here. If anybody is trashing their trash indiscriminately, you'll be able to, I've warned you.
Fine.
So
straight.
when they close the market like this, you say, we will fish out the people that are doing this thing. Because the truth is, that place, when you go there and you see the, I don't know, the gravity of deaths there. Rainy season, you know how it is with water, and we have water pollution, air pollution, and all that. It will be washing, and then you know we are talking about waterborne diseases, Lassa everywhere now, killing
Lassa
people.
Fever,
so all these things are what we should be intentional about.
Yeah.
I think I've forgotten
the other
you
remember the other things. What are your thoughts?
So I know Ladipo very well.
When I said that people were doing businesses here
not
before,
that I even
Nima find me.
Not that I have a shop there, but my dad was into furniture, and my mom was into shoe materials, and their shop was off Ladipo Road.
Okay.
I was born off Ladipo Road, so like I know Mushin, and it's been a consistent, gradual process of chaos left unchecked over several decades. Left unchecked over several decades. So we came back sort of like, Honorable Wahab, you do. You too do safe. Because about 2 years ago, he went there and shut down the market. And he said that it's because of the lack of hygiene within the place. So they shut down the market. We took the story on the show then. And I remember him saying that the place is definitely an eyesore, and it was going to portend challenges when rainy season comes, which I foresee is why they are doing it now again ahead of rainy season. And when he did it, they complied. So after a few weeks, they opened and said that they had met the conditions for the shutdown. There was another shutdown again over blocking of roads. So this is a market that is bringing in billions of naira.
Yes.
Spare part, that is the headquarters of spare parts. And in the usual pattern of where you have local traders at that level, there is always chaos, because we have not trained ourselves as a people and compelled the people to live by a different standard. So whether it is Lagos Island or we go to Alaba International or anywhere, once you see that group of market people, it will be extremely chaotic. It requires a training to rewire the brains of people to say that this is not acceptable. This is inhuman in terms of how to do business. This is how you should do it. It's a process. There will be punitive and educative measures to achieve it. We need to do it consistently over a year before we can see major difference. So what I see now is a short-term gra-gra to make them clean up the environment, which is important. But we need to address the infrastructural gaps. There is infrastructural gap in terms of the process of managing the waste. The infrastructural challenge around that, disposal in a way that will make it easy for people to comply with what they ought to do, should be done. Then, regarding blocking of road, we have so many shops, not enough warehouse, and we do not have road big enough for containers to clear. So when a container enters the road, the business, everybody, the road is blocked. And there are several containers. This is the same thing in Lagos Island, is the same thing in Trade Fair, the same thing in Computer Village. Once trailer enter like this, Because the road infrastructure wasn't designed for this kind of business. So there are no places for the trailers to park that would not obstruct the road. And these people are bringing in trailers every day. So what do we do long term? It's not a shut down thing alone.
Long term, because I feel like you have put on your expert cap as a consultant for the Ladipo markets. And once we come back, talk where we give us the way forward. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm not commissioned.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Some say learning is fun, but as a mom, I see how demanding it can be for my child. That's why I ensure he starts every day with a cup of Bonvita. Bonvita. Prepare them to win every day.
This was just about Irasta and Rema now.
You day wine. It's all over my FYP. But me, I don't know, Sha. Because fake blogs yakpa. And if you ask me, it's giving sauce.
Listen, I just checked the new TV center WhatsApp channel like right now. And they just dropped the update.
Are you for
Oh, no cap.
I've actually been noticing those guys. They're always on it 100. Like they always post the gist before anyone else. Me, I love them, oh. And that's on period.
Like I just aligned with them like last week. And almost they've been dropping back to back.
Facts. I love how it's straight from the source. No cap, no fake news, just pure entertainment.
I low-key feel like an insider right now.
I know, right?
TVC be cooking.
Real talk. It's like Gist Express. Premium gist on cruise mode. Always first. Always
Clock it.
Clock it.
You know what, guys? I just joined.
Active.
Jess is right. All you're trying to say to you is for your premium entertainment content, scan the QR code on your screen right now to join the TVC Entertainment WhatsApp channel.
Yes, at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Welcome back. We're still talking about the closure of the Ladipo spare parts market, and Dr. Tokwe here was giving us her expert opinion on some of the issues and possible solutions.
It's okay, don't worry. I take the
Tell me to find her now.
Nima had highlighted a key part, which is that every market has chairman. And the idea is to create local leadership and create checks and balance within the community. Abigail mentioned Yalo Jazz and Babao Jazz, who are also meant to fill in that role of local leadership. And so they shut down the market for 3 main things. 1 is illegal dumping. 2 is the fact that there was street trading. And 3, public health risk. Now, the street trading part, please, let me call myself out, because we say we don't carry cargo fix for day, and they no carry us enter inside any shop Now for road they fix the car, and that is what happens. So you carry your car to the place. Even sometimes you drive with your mechanic to the place, and then your mechanic will enter the shop, buy the equipment, the parts, bring it to the street, and fix your car right there on the street. And there are also many mechanics that do not have any shop. Their workshop is the streets of Ladipo. And they are standing there saying, you want brake pad, we go fix it here, nah. So you come there and they fix it. So that's commercial activity has been left unchecked for so many years. And people have built an industry around it. How do we change that? What do we do? Because over the years, government has tried to relocate markets. I don't think they've been able to successfully relocate any market from a location. So it means that this market in Ladipo will remain in Ladipo, but we need to find a smarter way to sanitize.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tokwe in the building. We have a caller on the line now, Victor from Badagry. Good morning, Victor. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
As I said, my name is Victor. I'm calling from Badagry.
You're welcome.
Okay, concerning that Ladipo market, truly, last time, about 3 days ago, I went there. That was last week, Thursday. I was, even that day when I went there, I was shocked. The whole road was blocked. Starting from Toyota to 5 Star. That road was blocked. Nowhere to pass. The management of the market, their management is very, very poor. Their current LASEC chairman now, their current one is not doing anything. It's too dull. The current LASEC chairman is very, very dull. He don't know how to do the work. Because what they're concerned in that market is the money they are collecting. Those people are along that road. They are paying, each person are paying for 500. Those people are along that road. Whether they are selling crayfish or they are selling whatever they're selling. There are many groups collecting money from that market. Many groups collecting money. They will say LASEC, they will say this one, they will say this one. A lot of people are collecting money. The thing is very, very bad. So nobody is after whether he blocked road or he didn't block roads. All they know there is to collect their money. That's what they know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask a question. So many questions from everything you ladies have talked about. The first for me is, are we naturally a dirty people?
No. Yes.
Don't answer no first. Don't hurry. No, yes. Don't hurry. Let me land the question. Are we naturally a dirty people? Do we need to be trained specially to come into an environment and know that we're supposed to keep it tidy to the best of our ability? Do we need that training? Or should it be default that you get into a space and you eat and you don't throw things on the floor? Should it be a default? Let's call ourselves to order. Are we a dirty people? Because I see this across many markets and many places where there are large groups. Do you know why I'm saying this? I know that in the country I want to mention, let me not mention the name of the country, but there's a country I went to, right? And it seemed like it was default for people to tidy up after themselves.
Oh, that one.
Because
it could have been
culture. Yes. Because he's been rewarded over time. I'm coming. I will reward you to be healthy. I will reward you to be clean. I have to reward you first. I said no immediately. Because I'm going to go to history. We did not. We learned this because we were made to be in so much of a hurry to make money. Go to that market. Everybody they rush for something. I don't know what they are rushing out for. And if we are not careful, we will criminalize, livelihoods, ways of earning livelihoods. That's what we are going to do. In those places that you mentioned, do you know the history of London, UK, the UK, London?
We know that.
The books showed that they were dirty people.
Yes.
So they acquired a new culture to make it clean. Nobody was born dirty. Nobody is perfect clean. Our own history from our clean past, we have gotten to this point because now we hurry to make money. That doesn't define us. If we are not reminded, our children will think it's normal. I saw a school bus carry children, and just the U-turn it will take. It was just a short U-turn. I usually take that U-turn. This school bus did one way with all the children awake in that bus. What are you teaching the children? Fast forward, those children, when you ask them this question, they would describe themselves as what the school bus teacher driver has taught them of themselves. They'll simply repeat the pattern. So that's not who we are. We need to get back to teaching the right values of who we are.
I like that. As of today, though, as of today, Nigeria is a very dirty nation.
It's a dirty place.
Lagos, when I was born in Lagos, I grew up in Lagos. When I went to Calabar the first time,
Calabar is clean.
And that was under Donald Duke. I've not been there since then. I had a culture shock. And I was like, this is very different. So apologies to the entire Nigeria for saying Nigeria is dirty. Let me change it to cities in Nigeria are very dirty. But some cities have changed or rebranded themselves.
Okay, before you continue, let me take a Moses. No, I never landed. I'm coming back. That's two of you who are here today. I'm coming back to you. Moses is on the line for me. Look, Beju.
Hello.
Good morning, Moses.
Yes, good morning.
Your live, sir.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. You see, the problem of all this being killed by environmental here and there, I can tell you boldly, these people, one, environmental management in Lagos, they are not serious. Not only here in Mushin, this Ladipo. Go around the whole Lagos, you see that Lagos is actually dirty. We've been everywhere. Everybody, this we do this, we dump on the road everywhere. Traders will not be parking on the road without no proper law and guiding people that will enforce the law. They are just doing what? Chopping money and leaving the people. Now, for example, look at the village at that Ladipo. It's very dirty. If you go close to that place, the kind of smell that will come out from that place, and yes, people will still put food there, be selling, and people will still come there, be buying and eating. What kind of human are we here in Nigeria, particular, especially Lagos? I don't even understand. The best thing these people can do, let them put a proper man that we can handle this situation, no matter whatever you shout.
There's not one man.
There is a law. Let's enforce the law.
They don't put on.
If they enforce the law, how can you go in? How? Sickness and disease everywhere.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Moses. Thank you.
So the peculiarity of this market, let me just quickly add to what Moses said, is such that you must enforce this kind of traditional, from time to time, gang style enforcement. Daily enforcement is almost impossible. You put somebody there to collect daily, they will gather waste for the person daily. You must compel the change of behavior on these people by shutting down the means. And so it's just a sad thing. I mentioned earlier the president spare part market dealers. Part of the rule is beyond every car that is fixed. Talk about when you fix your car, they don't collect money. If you park, it's 5,000 naira, nothing less. In fact, I resisted one that I just stopped. No. He said no. He said for resisting, it's 9,000. So they make massive money there, and it's uncaptured taxes. So government must look into beyond this waste, look into the activities of the market. And I don't believe that's all local government. I believe that it's part of the market association authorities within the market that they voted or appointed into office. Those people can then do a collective waste management system among themselves. Every shop, you have a point. You to call out government for not coming to pick up the waste because you have a central collection point. Because you have a central collection point. As a market leader, you have looked at 2 days, 3 days, they have not come. You too, as the chairman, Ladipo, or the president, Ladipo Market, call out Loma for not coming to pick up waste. Call out Lagos sweepers for not coming to sweep the roads. And so you can call out the shop owners for not clearing the waste and the diesel and the used engine oil that they have poured on the road. And you know, they destroy the structure and beauty of the road.
Okay, we have another caller.
Use your
on the line, Mrs. B. Dakun from Ogba. I hope I got that correctly.
My name is Yes, my name is Adefolarin. I'm calling you from Ogba.
Okay, you're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. This is a very interesting conversation, and I'm glad it's going beyond ethnicity or anything like that and sentiment. So for me, as an health and safety practitioner, it goes beyond, the central aspect is quite important. But that environment is very chaotic in such a way that it poses a health and safety risk. So you can imagine if there is an emergency. How
no, you can't get
how do they have access to that kind of place.
No access.
And considering the number of people doing businesses there will be stampede, there will be more emergencies. And even the people that are coming to, even in case of fire, the ambulances, the fire rescue vehicles, they can't have access because there's already traffic infraction on that road. Yes. Then I would like to, commend everyone there for their contribution, and then Dr. Mark Odige should actually be consulting for that market because he made so many valid points which are said to be unprofessional. And like IDI noticed, they cannot keep relocating this market. So there should be continuous sensitization, education. It's not like they will go and lock it, they put XYZ in place. Because I noticed that 2 years ago, they were locked down for health and safety infractions. So they were asked to put firefighting equipment in place. But it's not even about that, more about follow-ups. There has to be follow-ups, consistent sensitization, education, engagement. Engaging the stakeholders, all the stakeholders, the market leaders, the traders themselves. And then on waste disposal, like basically raised the question that are we born dirty? No, we are not. So the environment, it also influences the way we do things. So if I walk into an environment and everywhere is clean and I have a bottle of water, it will be difficult for me to, everywhere is clean and there are waste disposal baskets everywhere. It will be hard for me to drop it on the floor because there's already a place that I can drop it.
Put it. Okay, thank you so much, ma. Thank you. I really appreciate the call. So when I asked the question, I had a feeling you had a different. Maybe you want to tell us that we are really dirty from that?
Not everyone. Go ahead. Most of us are very dirty people. Dirty in attitudes. I don't know how the houses will be, but what I see outside. For instance, I was driving through one of the roads in Lagos State, very clean, and then somebody just stretches their hand from the car in front of me and throws a cob. They just finished eating corn through the corn cob on the road. And I'm like, this place is so clean. Can't you see? It's clean. It was such an eyesore. Do you know that personally, if I'm eating, even when I get to where you have trash, I find it difficult to even dump it. I would rather hold it till when I get to where I can trash properly. But you say this, it's not my business attitude most Nigerians have. And I'm in Ladipo market and I will trade. So I don't stay, I'm staying in Egbeda. The debt will not get to me. And you're forgetting that you have waterways, and that same debt you threw in Oshodi can come and meet you and block your drainage system somewhere around Ikorodu. And we are talking about flooding system. So most Nigerians, I think they do it out of wickedness. They just feel, after they're paying lawmas now, you will even see it for how they treat the lawma staff on the road. People are not compassionate anymore. I think people have so much anger in them that when they want to do things, it just shows, hey, after all, government, you're not doing anything. I'm telling you. So I feel that most Nigerians are very dirty because if you're not a dirty person, no matter what anybody does to you, you should be able to portray your personality wherever you go.
From beginning.
Oh, yeah, Neku now.
We have a caller on the line. Adam from Ojo. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
I just want to point out one or two things regarding the closure of the market at Mushin. You see, generally in Nigeria, it's like what Adia said. Nigerian has been adopting a culture of uncared attitude. I am not concerned. That's one of the problems. In every market, it's not only that Mushin. In every big market, it happens like that. But we need a total reorientation. Maybe there is need for the government to establish a school of culture where you'll be teaching people how to behave. Because I can see that there is no culture again. Our culture has been eroded. Cleanliness is not part of us. I want to give you an illustration. Education matters important, but in Nigeria, we base our education on certificates. If you don't go to university, you are not educated. A school stakeholder may understand life and education more than even a professor. if a university lecturer drinks pure water along the road and drops the nylon, is he educated?
No.
Did he understand?
Not in character.
And whereby a school start holder will drink pure water along the road and keep the nylon with him to go and trash it at home in his own dustbin. That person is more educated. He understands education more. We need a total orientation about environment. People don't. We are doing things in a hurry way to make money on concerned attitude. In fact, everything about Nigeria is upside down. That's my little contribution. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we have to go on a short break. This matter is deep because we've just started the conversation. I don't know if we have time to touch on the layers, but there are a lot of things that we've learned that needs to be fixed in the market. I have so many questions, but you know, we have to do what we have to do. So they have to sort out the waste disposal in the marketplace. They have to create more warehousing. Atope had highlighted being fixing cars on the streets. There should be a garage, proper garage. Local leadership has to be very, very strong if that market has to work. And we need a new culture of cleanliness. It seems that many of us are forgetting how to be clean. We are waiting for government to enforce that if you eat, you're not supposed to drop it there. We are waiting to be rewarded for that. So sensitization needs to go on and on about this. I wanted
just
to
one
ask,
sentence. I don't want to ask the market people are going to lose money due to this closing. They should not face the governor or the commissioner.
They should face themselves.
Face your market leaders. Your market leaders did not help you prevent this from happening.
And face yourself too, because everybody is accountable, should hold themselves accountable for this. So I know that the arguments have been that you don't want them to make their livelihood, you don't want to, but things have to be done right. And it's already a systemic failure that brought us this far. So now that government has woken up, every other person needs to wake up so that we can move on from there. That place needs to be really sanitized. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on this particular segment. When we come back, we'll move on to another segment of the show. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Once upon a time, there was a land plagued by blandness. Food had lost its flavor and there was nothing left to savor. Just then, the tastemaker arrives to restore taste to this land of blandness. All she did was sprinkle, stir, and serve. And from that day on, they knew one truth. All they needed is sprinkle, stir, serve.
Tastemaker. The world needs moms. With a splash of golden terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden terra oil, pour pure love.
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress.
Thanks for staying with us. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has ruled that the Senate acted within its powers when it suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti Oduaha of Kogi Central for misconduct. In a unanimous decision, the appellate court confirmed that the senator's parliamentary privileges and constitutional rights were not violated. However, it vacated the 5 million naira fine and contempt ruling that was related to her satirical apology to Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The court also upheld the Senate President's authority to allocate speaking seats, reinforcing the rules that govern conduct on the floor of the Senate. Ladies, what are your thoughts? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016352013 or 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. By now, I thought this matter would have found a way to rest, you know, and it's just unfortunate that it's still, it's still dragging and dragging. I am more concerned about even the constituents that she's supposed to be representing. But let's you took that story in the papers this morning, Lima. I did. Let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, my thoughts.
As a legal luminary in the building.
Really, this matter, just as you said, you don't tire me.
Yeah.
It's continuous. So this matter has been resolved off records. She's resumed, and so it's just the court's delays that are being cleared.
Okay.
And there's no big deal. I don't think people should react to it. I heard a lot of reactions to this radio station that you can call in that I listened to this morning. Everybody was just reacting. I was like, this matter I don't steal now. All parties have moved on. They're most likely attending the same event, function together as, you know, maybe a house committee, Senate committee on anything, or even as friends, or, you know. I think they must have attended one that has trended.
Natasha invited.
So to her commissioning. And so they will move on with time. The elections are coming. This is just a distraction from, you know, the court obviously is putting on ground precedents. And so that's the only thing we can take away from the matter. Every other thing, I don't finish.
Well, you can actually withdraw a case once it's in court, right?
Yes, but none of them did.
So that's why it's becoming like, you know, when you've eaten one particular meal for more than 4 or 5 times, you get tired of it. And the truth is, both parties are beacons and they're like touch points for eyes, Nigerian eyes to see. So one would think that they will employ some sort of diplomacy and maturity in all of this, because at some point it was so obvious that it went beyond sitting arrangement. And we saw all the messiness of all the whole back and forth and all that. So if both parties have gotten to the point where, okay, they are attending each other's functions, I think the best thing to do is to actually tell the court, okay, we've squashed it, this is, okay, let's move on. Because I don't know how we are talking about this thing again, because as the court, the justice they said, he's within his right to rearrange seats. And then if there were defections in the Senate House, that was why that rearrangement was necessary. Okay, and I know for the Senate, there's on Senate Ethics Committee, there's an order, there's Rule 1 that you can actually have the right to arrange the seats. And you, as an aggrieved member of the House, if you have any problem with it, you can go to the Senate Ethics Committee, and I think you can't go by yourself, or somebody has to present for you.
You come before the committee by yourself.
And they will talk about your matter. If you feel aggrieved at some point, instead of lashing out, you can actually go to those people, and I think they will. So you shouldn't, I don't think you should have even gotten, I actually feel that both parties didn't actually handle it the way they should have. I'm not actually pointing one or the other. I think they should have handled it differently. And let's move on from this, because we have insecurity to talk about. We have educational system, our healthcare centers, snakes and anti-venoms everywhere. We shouldn't be talking about squashing of 5 million naira.
Okay, so I think that it should be spoken about, because every action sets a precedent. And even though we in this country like to do, we have settled it.
Behind closed
doors. The impact of what has been done has sent a message, which means it can happen again. If the court does not put a proper, like, this is the standard. So what I feel the court is doing and should do is remind everybody of what the precedent is. So when you Google it, it won't be it was settled out of court. Right now we have a case that happened in Lagos State that I feel there should be a legal way to put it to rest, which is they impeached the speaker and the speaker came back. They removed the speaker and the speaker came back. And yet, so if it happens to the next speaker, what's the process? If we don't have people that can do internal resolution. So whenever anything happens, I know that we can out of maturity, personally settle it. But what has happened has happened. Life has consequences. So the consequence for what has happened should be addressed and dealt with. When it happens again, the person will not say, why are you facing me? When Natasha did it, you people resolved it now. So why is it now me?
It's not my turn.
It's not my turn. You don't want to resolve it. Natasha sat down at home for 6 months and they called her back. Me, I sat down at home for 1 year and nothing happened because we were doing personal resolution. We didn't create institutional structures to guide every decision and punish every wrongdoing. That is why I feel we mustn't get tired of this conversation. Because yes, there are many other important things happening. But the drama around these two caused a major disruption within our legislature. And it also ensured that the people of Kogi Central did not get representation for a while. So while they have resolved the issue, that kind of thing, how do we ensure it doesn't happen again? How do we ensure that people don't flare up based on emotions and then we now have this kind of drama? Is to put these conversations into a legal, we can quote as our lawyers will quote. In the case of Natasha Akpoti, this and this was the ruling. But if they don't have a ruling, what will happen? It's I think Natasha versus Akpoti. They will say it's not Natasha. It was her surname. Akpoti, Senator Akpoti and Senator Akpoti. So we can now have, this is the judgment. This is how they resolved it. Not that they somebody called them into a meeting and they resolved it personally. I don't think it should.
So because Tokwe has done it like this, let me just tell us what the court has done.
That was why I called you legal luminary in the beginning.
The court has set a precedent that going forward, if I decide to change share,
nothing you can do.
No, if I decide to change share,
as the Senate President,
I'm going to approach the right arm of the Senate in charge of chair. What's the name of that? I think what they call them, the officials of the Senate. They are not elected members. I'm trying to get their name. No, come quick. Well, I will approach them and say, that chair, you people give me number 14, the chair is broken. I cannot sit there. And they will not hear me.
You whisper it.
Abi is because
they can't see me.
The Senate President don't like me again. So that they will tell me it's not because they don't like me, they have been arranged chair, and then I will go and sit where I'm sitting. But if I choose to now shout from where I'm sitting, I'm just trying to explain it.
Go ahead.
If I choose to say, I will not, I cannot, from where I'm sitting, I stand the chance established by President of the Appeal Court to be suspended and to disenfranchise my constituency so that they will not be heard. And the fine was upturned. What's the other? Even though a court can say that the suspension was too much, the court do not have jurisdiction to tell the House how to run its business. When I remember that rule, I will be refined and restricted to sit where they have put me.
So that rule was even there before this incident?
No.
Was it there?
Yes, it is the rule because
Senator
Natasha was not the first suspended senator. From what's that one in Bonu?
Yes.
The other one...
the one on Senate, that is always in Twitter.
So there are three of them. There's one that was from House of Reps that was on the budget padding. The other one came from Senate and talk salary. Suspend everybody. Because the business of the House is the business of the House. The business of the Senate.
That's what the court is telling us now.
The court has reaffirmed it in this rule. So that's the rule in case, because Stopper was saying we should institutionalize it. They have institutionalized it. Be guided so that let's say you don't like how the chair is.
You cannot raise voice from where you
have rule books now.
If Senate President said that you do not have the floor, I will sit down and continue to raise my hand till I have the floor. If I do not have the floor, I cannot be shouting at him because of the possibility of being suspended.
Before knowing this rule, when we had this conversation that first time, I was of the opinion that there must be a right way of doing things. I didn't even know that, the way the court now stated the rule.
Institutions.
So it's about
rules and institutions are to guide normal, day-to-day operations of any behavior. So rules of schools and all of that we were made to conform with and obey, is so that there will be sanity. Because if I can just come and establish what rule it is today, as it pleases my bias, and tomorrow Abigail, all of us go mad. So and that place is a house that is honorable, noble house made for law-making business. It cannot be a market, chaotic like the one we just discussed. And it has to be guided by it.
It is well.
God, I beg. So what lessons can we really glean from this going forward? Aside from the fact that it's the Senate we're talking about, even in different aspects of businesses, organizations, on the right way of doing things so that we don't keep having, especially for those in positions of leadership, it starts from somewhere. Abigail, help us.
I feel there's a lot of emotions in play. And I also feel that when you're occupying a particular leadership position, there are certain things you should overlook. And I feel that a lot of misplacement of emotions, because it was an outburst that now breeded power tussle. Okay, I will show you that I am. And then you yourself, you cannot.
That I
now
know.
became, and unfortunately, now became people of opposite sexes, gender war. Oh, is a woman? Okay. So you understand. So I actually feel that handling certain positions as a leader should remind you of certain responsibilities you should portray, because most of the time is how you handle situations, your maturity in resolving conflict. Not often who is right or who is wrong, but the outcome of the resolution, that it doesn't create chaos. That's what matters. So I just feel that both parties and others who have read and seen this whole incident should apply reasoning more than emotions.
As in, you couldn't have said it any better, because emotional outbursts, even outside the National Assembly, even with, I remember the last dramatic emotional outburst that Nigeria witnessed was between the FCT minister and the soldier. You know, as leaders, it's important that we learn that lesson. But aside from that, I think another key lesson we should learn here is we might have gotten to a high level as men and women of being seen a bit equal. But when they want to judge, they will still remind you that you're a woman, which is what we heard over and over. It's not right, but that's where we are. So knowing that...
she too played the card of being a woman.
So yes, but it would come up. So when we get emotional, because I've seen plenty drama in this my short lifetime I've lived of for almost 41. I have seen plenty drama in the National Assembly that did not degenerate into this kind of thing. So I feel that while drama happens, inside my this kuro I saw chairs being lifted in our National Assembly. So so there are many things that have happened, but the level of punitive measure that Natasha got, I felt was maybe because she was a woman.
Was it also the level of the chaos that she brought?
They throw chair, they collect now.
I feel that at the end of the day,
should we
as women understand that. See.
No. I don't like what you're saying.
Yeah, but we must understand the system. You can't judge the system based on what you expect it to be. You judge the system on where it is. And where it is now. Respect. We don't have enough women on that floor. And we lost a woman's voice for 6 months. So for me, every woman there, you are not just yourself. It's not just your emotion. It's not just how you are treated. You are representing every woman in Nigeria who is trying to get into a position of leadership. Everything you say or do reflects on all of us. So please, 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 we will ideally want a level where women are treated in the same way as men are treated. It's not happening yet. So manage that situation with more wisdom and tact, because we are hoping to get more women in that room, not out of there.
Before we start showing ourselves.
We can then show our color there.
I want to say this very sensitively, because it's sensitive, because Tokwe highlighted play where your people are. Play the game from there, not what your expectations are. We have just 4 of them at the Senate, 4 women. And it was surprising when we were taking it that the other women stayed there still.
They didn't join.
They didn't join. And media, along with the senator affected, tried to emotionally blackmail them to see things her way. They are individuals, adults. If they didn't see it their way, her way, it get reason. Whatever their reasons are, is personal. So I think that she should have played the game such that the 4 of them would have been formidable, even though they were minority. Internally, they tried to resolve this matter by the House Committee on Ethics. Judicially, they went to court to resolve this matter. politically, because they are not of the same party, they do party mediation, which worked long run, because it was in the church that the Senate president was saying that he has forgiven because of what the pastor or father preached on that particular day. So we know, I'm not going to fault any method of resolution. I'm not faulting any, because any method can resolve something. There's also restorative one, which the House had said, apologize on the floor with an apology letter, which she refused to do. So you cannot be asking for consideration and being inconsiderate yourself. I just wanted to highlight this sensitive area, because we're also feeding back. The women, other women, they didn't, even the opposition, there's an opposition senator on the other side, apart from her, who did not join. I think the one for FCT. Who didn't join?
Maybe it's because women don't like to support women.
No, not all the time. Sometimes you're difficult to inherit your matter. It can be difficult because of where you are facing and you know the hear what. It is person that we can call, that we can say, reason. Abigail, don't do now, that we can go and inherit.
Even with my
you fine. You're fine, don't enter 10,000. You know? So it is that at that point, because she wasn't listening to any she was listening to friends and activists outside who was in the matter.
Thank you so much, ladies. We've learned a lot from this. We have to do things right. You have to work from what is and not what should be in every aspect, politically, in other, even business. You have to understand where you are. I always quote this part of the scriptures. The sons of Issachar understood the times and the seasons. Very, very important. You have to be perceptive. And hopefully now we have precedents for any other issue that may arise tomorrow. They can quote them, this is the right thing to do. Go and ask the questions instead of just having that outburst. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on this topic. When we come back, we'll move on to another topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome to the TVC Town Square series.
Welcome to the third edition of the TVC News Town Square, our first Town Square of the year. And today, we confront a battle that defines our present and shapes our future, the war against drug abuse. Our theme, taking control of today, protecting the future. Join us on Saturday the 14th of February from 2 p.m. Chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, retired Major General Buba Marwa, former member of the House of Representatives, Shina Pella, and legendary music producer, ID Kabasa, will be joined by a live studio audience to ask and answer the hard questions and demand real solutions. With 1 out of 5 drug users suffering from drug-related disorder and over 15 million Nigerians involved in different forms of drug abuse, this is more than a conversation. It's a call to action. Saturday the 14th of February, studio goes live at 2 p.m. Welcome to the Town Square.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement,
two voices, two views, standing apart,
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road. over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless.
I'm
Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Thanks for staying with us. This morning on Your View, we are talking snake bites, the myths, the facts, and what really saves lives. Following the tragic death of The Voice Nigeria contestant Ifunanya Nwangene after a snake bite, many Nigerians are asking the same urgent questions. What should you do first? And what should you never do? For instance, should you tie the leg or arm to stop venom from spreading? Or can that actually make things worse? What about cutting the wound, sucking out venom, or using herbs? We'll also look at the bigger issue, anti-venom availability, emergency response in Nigerian hospitals, and why minutes matter. Joining us is Dr. Adefolarin Opawoye, infectious disease expert and consultant at Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUTH. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Snake bite. Oh, I now saw a video. Let me gist you what I saw in that video.
Go ahead.
So this particular man said he's always warned the wife to always flush before using the toilet. Flush first.
Okay.
Before sitting.
Okay.
He's warned the wife because sometimes the toilet, according to him, gathers. It brings out heat of infection. You can get infected, yes, if you have not flushed for a while. Only for the wife to flush before using. Thank God she did not sit immediately. They saw a snake come out. The video is on social media.
Interesting.
They saw a snake come out. So now, for a few days after I saw that video, why did I even watch that video? After I saw that video, before I sit, I will flush and then stand for a few minutes.
And be watching.
Be
looking for what is not lost. So.
I'm now paranoid. Doctor, this snake bite issue. What did you see in the story that's about Ifunanya's death? I would like to hear your initial thoughts. How did it happen? What do you think about what happened and the sort of treatment leading to the loss of life for her?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really tragic one. And interestingly, I've actually been following her because I'm a music guy myself, you know. Not at anywhere near our level, but I was in the choir at some point, and she has a beautiful voice, you know. I heard a rendition of the Champions League anthem and all that. So she was someone that was a bit known to me before all this tragedy happened. And when it happened, also as someone who has worked a lot with snakes and treated hundreds of cases of snake bite, it was really sad. You understand? It was tragic. It's a tragedy that should never have happened. But you see, a lot of times we look at these things from the wrong end. The point is, she should never have been bitten by a snake. That's the truth to start with. You know, if she wasn't bitten by a snake, all the other discussions about in the hospital and all that. So the prevention starts from how do we make sure we get protected from snakes. And it comes to, what are snakes doing in our house? When we looked at the snake, she was bitten by most likely a forest cobra. We call it Niger Melanica. It's a forest cobra, emphasis on forest. What is a forest cobra doing in the future? You understand? Now, I've had all sorts of theories, spiritual things and all that. Some people sent it to us. I mean, we are Africans. We have to, that's part of our heritage, right? But the reality is that how is our building codes? How do we build? You understand? Who investigates these things? Who looks at that? Those are the issues that we have to be looking at. We're talking about this toilet. Now, this apparently a lot of people saw this video Because in fact there was a office briefing that they instructed everybody in the office, make sure you flush. I don't want to hear anybody that has snake bite in this office is your problem. We have warned you on what to do. But that just means that your soakaway is not properly covered. That means that your vent pipe is not okay, because if a snake had entered, how did the snake enter? That means the plumber did not install a backflow pipe. You know, there's a backwater that it can things can only go out, they cannot come in. Those are things you should do. So we always just, you know, we don't look at root cause analysis. We don't face the issues. That's some of our problems in this country. And unfortunately, this snake bite has exposed a lot, because all of a sudden everybody just set up ring lights and we say all sorts of nonsense. What I've had, I mean, unfortunately, and this is a country where we are blessed when it comes to snake bite. The man that has seen the highest number of snake bites in the world lives in this country. He has treated more than 60,000 cases of snake bite. Wow. I still spoke to him this morning. Bala. Dr. S.B. Abubakar is in Kaltungo. He has seen more cases of snake bite than anybody in the world. Wow. We have people like Professor E.J. Habib, we have Garba Elias. These are people that have written, they are top 10 when it comes to snake bite. But of course, this guy, they're brilliant minds. They don't usually go on social media, they don't shout. But these are people that really, we have a whole body of knowledge concerning this thing. We've done a lot of work on it. So when you see people just coming to say, tie it like this, don't tie it like that, carry cutlass, it's just annoying. It's just annoying. And that's where we also need the media to come in. Because a lot of times, you know, people come in on media spaces and say things unchallenged. Unchallenged. Just say all sorts of things.
What about their own personal experiences on social media?
So the personal experiences, we have to be very careful when it comes to personal experiences. You know, because in science, we have data. You understand? We have what we call body of evidence. I can't just say, look, this is my personal experience, and so because of that, that is how everybody is going to be like. You understand? So I've seen all sorts of things. Oh, when my sister had snake bite, they gave her kerosene. I saw it yesterday on TikTok. Thousands of views. That, they gave her 3 bottles of kerosene. And when she drank it, she vomited everything. And that was all. Hello. So, you know, because again, we have situations where you could have a bite from a venomous snake, and that is not a venomous bite. Because if the snake had just finished feeding, right, and emptied the venom into that animal and then bites the person, then that would be a deadly bite.
Oh, that explains my snake don't bite me before, nothing to me. That's it. I'm not saying snake bite me, I'm just saying people when you hear
so that's the thing. So, you know, you cannot just say, oh, because this happened. Because again, so what has happened is that we have actually looked at these traditional things. So there was a study that was done. It was done in Jos that looked at all the traditional methods that we had. The black stone, the incision around the bite, the giving, you know, there's this belief that the tie, that tie is deadly.
Are you sure?
Because so the challenge with the tie is this, and let me try and explain. Again, studies have been done. In fact, the way the scientists went about the study was that they tied the limb, they measured the concentration of antivenom below the tie and above the tie. There was no difference. Not only that, there was no difference, there was the danger that when you tie, you are going to block the blood supply. You understand? And then the arterial supply is going to be gone. The venous supply is going to be gone. The lymphatics that actually carry the venom, you cannot tie them. So the venom is still going, at least to a good extent. And then because blood is not flowing, and then we have had some of those legs we have to cut. We have to amputate them. Because they tie them to, you know, sometimes, like when I worked in Kaltungo at the time as part of my training. And then sometimes some people are traveling for 4 hours before they get to us. 6 hours, 13 hours. Then they have tied it on bike. Boom, like that. By the time they get there, the limb is dead. Jesus, you understand? And so nothing has been gained. Okay? That's the challenge. And then the problem is that sometimes when you now untie, the venom that is now concentrated and now
not flow fast.
Burst into the system. So and then you have a venom shock. Yeah, go ahead.
I come from a place where we have snakes. I'm from Andoni local government area.
Okay.
When I went to visit my grandmother, they go for, they call it Isam. They go to pick Isam, all those things we do in the mud. So we usually have cases of snake bites. Okay. And for all the cases, for when I was there, nobody was ever taken to the hospital.
How did they solve it?
There was a traditional snake man.
Okay.
So most of the time, you see them carrying the person, he. They would have tied the leg and taken to the person, whatever the person does. Some say bitacola and the rest of them, and some say you put onions and the rest of them you cut. So we know that some people have been doing this stuff. I wanted to ask, Is there any snake bite that doesn't kill, but you just answer that if it has released its venom already, the second one might not be there?
You couldn't have a snake that is non-venomous at all.
Okay, so every bite...
Not every snake is a venomous snake. You understand? A python, for example, is not venomous. Okay. A python tries to squeeze and strangle it. Okay. You understand? In fact, that time we used to have a rock python in the house that we kept as a pet, you understand, in the snakebite treatment center in Kaltungo. So it's not every snake. So that's one thing. Now, it's not every bite from a venomous snake that is venomous. It could be a dry bite. You understand? But you see, what we do a lot of times, because these traditional guys, we know them, they know us. And we have an agreement, say, chairman, when you reach, you know where to come. Because they know, especially in the areas where, because, you know, we have to recognize that they're an important part of the folklore. People believe in them. So we go to them and say, look, guys, when it gets to this stage, you know that there's a problem.
The question is there no place for traditional treatment of snake bites?
That's why I've tried to say that. You see, I'm not someone that will discount the traditional things. But like I said, we have studied them. Okay. Remember that there are things that we are doing now. For example, your drug, Quatem, that almost everybody has used and people use almost every month, was from traditional Chinese medicine. Okay? But you see, so I'm not someone that wake up and say, no, traditional things don't work. But when it comes to snake bite, we have actually studied every single traditional method that is clipped. You know, unfortunately, again, we don't have a writing culture for our tradition, and we have a lot of situations where some of these things are not well passed down. Some of these secrets may have been lost. That's the truth. You understand? So we are not going to discount them. If there's anybody that is sure, bring it. Let us subject it to the science. So we bring in it.
Test it.
You know, but it's difficult to test now.
You can't test spiritual things.
Who will agree? We are agreed to be tested on you when you know there's a drug that works. And there's already saying, you know,
there'll be antivenom as two-factor authentication.
Let's get a few more questions, Doctor.
Let me throw in this question. Me, I have got to go and buy Aporo Jebu.
Where's my own?
I brought you.
Okay.
Aporo Jebu. They say if snake bites you, you just put Aporo Jebu inside your mouth, activated charcoal, something. I shall have that one because, sir, you have to trust the local one when you go to hospital and there's no antivenom.
No, so
why was there no antivenom?
So there's a big challenge with antivenom. You understand? That's something we have to. We have to. You know, I mean, as at this morning, because I called the guys at the snakes. I mean, so we have areas where almost every day you have 10-15 cases of snakebite.
What?
Almost every day, yeah, sometimes, especially during the peak periods. You understand? In a year, you could have up to 6,000 cases, lots of deaths. That is, those are the priority areas. You understand? Now, there you have, so antivenoms now, so there antivenoms are always available. Okay. You understand? Because they use them. Now, you come to a place like Lagos where we may not have a case in 10 years. You understand? So why would a pharmacy stock it? So that's the challenge. And that's where, you know, the government needs to step in some of these things, because the government can, so quote unquote, stock it. If people don't use it, bear the loss. In fact, it doesn't make sense from a money perspective, from a financial perspective to do that. So that's the challenge where there's some similar stock out. So there's a point where you need to have designated centers so that once there is a bite, you know, there's a place you can call and then they can deliver to you. Now, it's not the same thing as having it everywhere. Because these things expire. And then when you're having it everywhere, the people that need it actually would not get it. You understand? So it's a balance. It's not paracetamol. It's not a blood pressure medicine. You understand? There are areas where they have not seen one case in 20 years, 25 years. There are areas where, like she said, they have cases regularly, almost, especially when it comes to the planting time. Because the snakes are the victims here. Because they are staying there naturally.
Disturbing their habitat.
What about the inside? The one inside?
No, you disturb them. You have to find somewhere else.
You have to flow somewhere.
Deforestation.
Yeah, you move them away from
poor building codes and all that. You know, that's why they are now trying to hide. And that's why, you know, during this kind of weather now, they are looking for cooler places. You know, so they keep shifting around. You understand? They keep moving around in the night and all that. But we are the aggressors here. You understand? And in fact, it's so funny that we in the snake community don't like just killing them. Because they have a role they play in the ecosystem.
You just call yourself snake community?
Nah, we have a snake community. A snakebite community, yeah.
Snakes are cold-blooded, right?
Yes.
And they say they usually go out to look for sun.
Yeah, so generally when the weather is hot like this, they are looking for cooler places. You understand? They want to bask in the cooler areas so they keep moving. You understand? So when there's heat, the sightings are likely to be increased now. You understand? They may be there. You understand? It's not as if they are not there, but they hide. They know how to hide very well. They are shy creatures. They usually go out of their way, you know, except they send them to you. I don't know where they send to somebody. We have to be very clear.
So they send them.
No, that's what they say, you know, and that's not scientific, you know, but that's what they say.
I don't think anybody has died of snake bite from my community. What I know is that my community, I'm from Edo State, I'm an EBA girl. People
have snakes.
And snake, no, they bite us. So we don't harm snakes.
So you know the name of the snake?
Yes, we don't harm snakes. Snakes don't bite us. And it's been like that. My community in English, it actually means the children of the scorpion.
Yeah.
So
snake cannot bite scorpion.
Yeah. So that's their history.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask how good, because let me not say how best, is the research for antivenom in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Are we importing venom because antivenom? Because if we import antivenom of the snake with the venom,
are we importing pencils?
Yeah.
No, because that's the question.
So, but surprisingly, there are things that
when you talk about research,
so some of our things like our wires, are best made here. The best of them. So I do want to give up.
Let me try and tell you the story of antivenom, so you understand. So, like I told you, some of the best, brilliant minds. In fact, so the number one snake guy in the world, David Warren, we'll call him, he's in his 90s now. You know, he's back in England. He had to come to Nigeria and spent a lot of time in Nigeria, you understand, because Nigeria has one of the highest bodies of snakebite in the world. In terms of research, some of the highest body of work on snakebite in the world is from this country. You understand? Work of people like Professor AJRB, Professor Nasidi and all that. Now, the challenge again with snakebite is that you cannot bring an Indian antivenom, it will not work for a Nigerian snake. Because even if they are the same, because snakes are very specific. So we have the similar snakes across West Africa. In Nigeria, Ghana, Benin Republic, we have the same geography. But the snakes that we have here, that's the Echis oculatus, Bites, that's the carpet viper, which the Yorubas will call paramole. You understand? The Arabs call it Umedinisa, tomorrow is too far. That means once it bites you, you will not live to see tomorrow. And I think the Igbos call it Ejeteka. You understand? That's the commonest snake in Nigeria. I mean, once you have a bite from that, I mean, more than 90% of our snake bites that's what's responsible. Now you have the pofadder, you understand, or the Bites arietas, and then you have the cobra. That's the largest species. One of them, unfortunately, beat the late Ifunaya. You understand? So generally, what we try to do is that we have antivenoms against the most common. That's the Ekita, we'll call it. Those studies were done in Nigeria. We did extreme research on it. Now, before antivenoms are produced, so they come to Nigeria, they take those snakes, harvest them. You understand? They don't kill them. They keep them alive. Then they take them to these countries. You understand? So that they milk the poison gradually. You understand? And then they inject them into it. That's the question.
With all the samples?
That is the question. So they take the snakes from us and then they bring it back, and then our people cannot afford it. One vial of antivenom now, 200,000.
That's flow.
250,000.
The venom travel and came back.
So those are the challenges. So that.
Doctor, on a lighter note, because of time, what's the relationship between singing and snake bites? Because
whistling,
yes, whistling. You know, there was a time we had this Indian movie back in the day. I don't know how old you are, Doctor.
Sunita.
But no, Sunita. It's another Snake Girl.
Snake Girl, the Snake Girl.
And they whistle and sing. And after that movie, after playing that song, people were seeing snakes around the corner. What's the relationship between whistling and
but you see, you started with doctor. I'm a doctor, medical doctor. I'm not a babalawo. I'm not a traditionalist. When we belong to the snakebite community, we are not a snake. In fact, I remember a time when, because usually we are encouraged when you're a victim of snakebite, we encourage you to be able to identify the snake because it tells us the kind of antivenom you would need and all that. So usually they bring the dead snake because people are like, where's this snake? I want to kill this snake. But in fact, sometimes when you are killing it, the venom is also killing you. That's the challenge. But sometimes it happens. And then I recall a case where I think it was in Kano. And then we say, where's the snake? And then they brought the snake, and it was a live snake. And then they threw it down. Of course, everybody's scattered. I say, I'm a doctor. Yeah, the snake doctor. I say, no, snake bites doctor, not snake doctor. It's different. So I don't know. There are a lot of myths and stories around snakes. They are very fascinating creatures. You understand? Very, very fascinating. And they have some responses to music. Some say it's not the music, it's the hypnotic movements of whoever. And that's why you see them moving like this, because the snake then tries to make those movements and all that.
So you should stop whistling at night.
I'm not there.
I cannot be whistling in my house at night. But doctor, please, can you advise government? Because the most serious matter is this traveling venom that is going and coming
abroad
back.
And coming, yeah.
Can you advise, or do you think that we lack the capacity to research and produce antivenom here?
I just told you that some of the brightest minds in the snake world, toxinology we call it, they reside in this country. They live here, they work here. Do you understand?
So we have the solution.
So is it? Let me put it this way, because as a money, I love anything that will bring us money.
Yes.
So is it a commercially viable thing for private sector to put their money into now?
Brilliant question. So when it came to, and now you see the issue of snake bite, I mean, when the whole Ifunaya thing came out, it was a tragedy. But it was a tragedy we see almost every day because this is what we do. You understand? So we're a bit inane to it. You know, to be honest, we're a bit numb. You understand? There's a lot of work that has been done, a lot of advocacy. You understand? Some powerful NGOs have even been gone to. People that are in charge of TB, HIV. You guys, you have a lot of resources. Let's bring it into snake bite. They said no. It's not an infectious disease. The burden of disease is not that high. It's a niche problem. You understand? I mean, you can compare it to, say, for example, you have a drug tailored towards obesity. Look at how much Ozempic is making billions every year. How much are you really going to make? So it's a niche problem. No. It's not viable. In fact, there are some huge pharmaceuticals that have shut down their antivenom production. Because the market is just not there. Do you understand? It's a disease in the poor areas. You understand? So when you're a CEO and you have to make those decisions, in terms of capitalism, it doesn't pay you.
That means there should be an investment for prevention. Okay, this is what can prevent the snakes. That one will be easily...
So that's what we need to focus on. You understand? That's why we actually have a name for them. We call them neglected tropical diseases.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody wants to pump money into them because
so
they are
what can people use to prevent snakes from their homes? Apart from closing the holes?
Building, it comes from avoiding the snake. You understand? Are you taking care of the bushes around your house? You understand? You have clear, good lighting. You understand? So that, I mean, it's not as if the snake is coming, you can see. You understand? Your sewage system is properly closed. Where are the rats? Almost every house in Lagos has a rat. You understand? I've seen rats from Ikorodu to Ikoyi. You understand? So it becomes a problem. Because the snake will go where there's food, where there's shelter.
So if you have rats,
the snakes go after them, of course. The snakes go after them. It's their food.
Baby rats.
So where they have lodging and shelter, what is remaining?
They will take accommodation. They will.
I used to have rats. I wanted to think the snake now since I don't see them, but I remember it's cats.
Okay, so your cats have been eating the rats. That's why you have plenty cats. I mean, to eat up all the rats. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
We've been talking to Dr. Adefolarin Opawoye, infectious disease expert and consultant at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, LUTH. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And we hope that we have to start paying attention. We start paying attention to our environments. Because one of the reasons is sometimes when we build in snake-prone areas, nobody goes there to check if those buildings and how to ensure that those buildings don't have snake. We just build anywhere, whether it's fish area, cat area, dog area, bushmeat area, everywhere. Just selling all the land in the country. But we bless God. Thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions today. And we had a lovely time on the show with the 3 topics we had. And that's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you again for another beautiful show. Stay. Bye now.
And the winner is TVC.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's now why we they introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Ladipo.
Everywhere, so Bobo.
You dey chop for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be what's up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make younger?
How do
wahala. Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
It's not my fault you cannot give your husband children. Just imagine this small girl. See, I don't blame you. It's my husband that keeps running around. Everything is scared that I blame.
Many men think women don't have any money because we ask for it. But the truth is, if you claim to love me, then you ought to show it. And giving me money is a good way to show me that you love me.
Waiting be all this. Mama, I tell you, I be Cardi B.
I know, right? Such a stupid idea. Like, what is wrong with you?
Mama, you collected the other time now.
It's for the greater good. Immediately I got it, ma'am. I took it to the church and I dropped it there. Donation. Do you understand? This money that this boy is giving to people is unclean money.
Leave him alone.
And who brought you into this?
You can't just be talking to people anyhow you want.
Educate me.
Laura, you guys need to get a life.
Beautiful people.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to Eastland. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
You already
have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. Eastlash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going. It's Eastlash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Entertainment to me is music. I love dancing. So I cha-cha, salsa, hip-hop, contemporary African dance, and I love listening to music. So that's entertainment to me. And I love watching movies as well. So music, dance, and dance.
Like to ask you something, but you have to tell me the truth.
Senorita Sarah, since I started working with your grandfather, I've become blind, deaf, and mute.
But I'm not my grandfather, so you have to tell me. Maura, I'm begging you. Since when have my parents been sleeping apart?
Oh, Senorita Sarah, you're putting me on the spot. Okay, promise me that you're not going to tell anyone else.
Of course I won't. No one will know.
It happened the day after you left. Senora Mariana packed Senor Rogelio's things and told me to transfer them to the other bedroom.
So did they fight?
No, I don't know anything. Please excuse me. I have to bring this to Don Alfredo.
Sure, go ahead.